everybody, Leaping Leppin here. I'm trying some new gear. I got my little lavalier mic here. Hopefully it's not too windy, which would be great, but hey, who knows? So, in today's Relax Rental Car Review, I have an MX-5 Miata. She's a cutie. And she is, well, quite bodacious for such a little vehicle as she is. As you can see, it is the color white, the same that's on the thumbnail. See, didn't lie. But the Miata, a cult classic among those who have played Gran Turismo, who have played maybe Forza Motorsports. Y'all know it. Here it is, the Miata. Join me in this rental car review. Okay, well, the Miata. I have my stats right here on it. Let's see, what should we start out with first? How about the MSRP on this? So this is a rental car, of course. I got it from Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Thank you, Enterprise. This here, of course, is the MX-5 Miata. This is the GT version. The MSRP on these vehicles is around $33,050. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less. Depends on where you get it from, where you're at, yada, yada, yada. The MPG, mileage per gallon. Let me tell you, I have been driving this little thing, and I have gotten a constant 38 miles to the gallon. And that's because it has the Skyactiv G engine, which, believe it or not, has a 14:1 compression ratio. Yes, 14:1 compression ratio. You know what that means? Premium gas. And this little Skyactiv engine, which I will show you here in a little bit, has 181 horsepower. She's a go-getter. She's a getter-goer. The transmissions that you can get, of course, this one here has the 6-speed auto, but also 6-speed manual. I call them manumatics because, well, you can do either or. But what they come with is either a 6-speed auto, which this one does, or a 6-speed actual stick shift, which, truthfully, I would kind of prefer. It's a sporty little car. I would love to have just a regular manual so I can clutch it and just go through it. Your dimensions. She is 154 inches long. She is 68 wide, and her height is only 49 inches. It's lower than me, and I'm pretty low on the totem pole. The driveline. It is a rear-wheel drive car. Yes, rear-wheel drive. Front engine, rear-wheel drive. An actual rear-wheel drive vehicle that's still on the road today. I know, it's amazing. Most vehicles today are what? All-wheel drive? Four-wheel drive? All-wheel drive? Her weight. She's a little light. 2,341 to 2,400 pounds. You put a big V8 in this, whoo, buddy, you're going to be right across the finish line in any race, including street races, I guess. It has 2 seating for 2, 3 with a baby in the trunk. If you want to put a baby in the trunk, I wouldn't recommend it, but hey, you be you. Man, oh man. I like this little car. The Mazda Miata is such a cult classic of a vehicle. It has its own clubs. Heck, might as well be its own religion. And Mazda themselves, man, they got something good going on, let me tell you. I never ever drove a Mazda before. This is the first Mazda I've ever drove in my life. And let me tell you, I am enjoying it quite lovingly. Quite lovingly. But hey, let's take a look at the interior. The interior of this vehicle is, well, realtors use a word, cozy, for a very small interior. But that said, can't beat it. I mean, it is beautiful, it's nice, it's very, very, very plastically. But hey, that all adds to weight reduction, which adds to speed in this little thing. But that's not the coolest deal. The interior, yeah, it's fine. No problem. Great. Wonderful. It's small. Yay, I like cozy things. I also like miniatures. But that said, the coolest thing about this vehicle is not the interior. It's the roof. Let me show you. Flip up a button. Let you know it's done. Release the button. Boom, you have yourself a convertible. You can do this. All right, here we are within the vehicle itself. The steering wheel, of course. As you can see, it's slightly tilted, but that's all right. Here is your speedometer, your RPM gauge, and this here is your information center, which I will show you here shortly. The screen is quite small, but very usable. Focus, thank you. Or at least try to. Here is the AC unit. And here's the cool thing. From 60 to 84, 72 being in the middle. I like that. I like that. Of course, from 0 to full. And here's all your presents for your AC. You do get a little bit of a cubby hole here, which is big enough to fit your phone or anything like that. This does support this does support Android Auto, which is perfect. You can see here, a little plug-in, perfect, yay. It does come with a cup holder, which I have a big soda in there, of course, Pepsi. As always, I am a Pepsi man, nothing more, nothing less. Here is your button layout for this screen, which I will show you here shortly. You have a small little cubby hole here. Pop it up. You got a little itty bitty cubby hole, as you can see. A little bit dirty, but that's okay. We've been driving it. And here, right here, this is your glove compartment. Not much in there. You can't hold a whole lot in there, but that's all right. The book and everything, of course, is in there. This I'll need. Here's your rear view. So yeah, it is quite cozy, as I say. Quite cozy. Go ahead. This is for your volume, your infotainment, or info for the vehicle. Answer, hang up. Here's your cruise control. On, off, resume, set. Here is a paddle right here for up gear, down gear. And of course, showing this gear here, as I've seen, this is what I call manumatic. You have drive, but then you also have manual mode, which is quite fun, actually. It does come with heated seats. Pretty neat, pretty neat. And, of course, here's the button I use to raise and lower the top. Y'all want to see the engine? Let's show you the engine. And while I'm at it, I'll show you the trunk. Push that for the trunk. Pull this for the engine cover, or also known as the hood. It does have traction control, which you can turn off, and lane assist, or I should say lane keep. It rumbles when you go out of your lane, so you can turn that on and off as well. When you open the doors on your vehicle, as you can see, it shows up on there. Very nice. Very nice. Before I get to the heart of the vehicle, let's show you the trunk. Here is, of course, your little shark fin antenna for your radio. Pull this up. And that's all you have. And that's all you're going to get. As you can tell, it does have a wide body on it, which a GT does come with, and I think it's rather fancy. I like the little tail lights in the back. Got a Sky Active G badge. MX-5, of course. Such a fun little car. And here is a Sky Active engine. Yes, a little 4-cylinder. It takes OW20 oil. Quite thin, but hey, it's got a 14:1 compression ratio. What do you expect? But as you can see, it's a very nicely laid out engine bay. There's your washer fluid. I assume this is a brake booster. I could be wrong. You guys will tell me. And I do appreciate everybody's feedback on all the videos I do. I really do. Quite a nice little engine compartment. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. There's your brake fluid. So as I was saying before, this little 2-liter, 122 cubic inch engine has 181 horsepower. It has a 14-to-1 compression ratio, which means, yes, it is best and almost have to run 93 octane in this premium. It can get a little expensive, but that saying, the premium octane, as I have found out, it gets the better fuel mileage as well. So it has a perfect balance between power and fuel economy. Let's start this baby up and go for a little ride. Alright, let's go for a ride. A seatbelt. First thing I'm going to do is I want to put the top up, because it does get pretty windy in here. So, here we go. Now we're ready to go. Put it in reverse. Has a little camera here, which is perfect. Great. All right. Make sure the volume's all the way down so I don't get a copyright strike or anything like that. That'd be terrible. As I have said, I have drove this quite a bunch today. Can I get over that? I can. Excellent. There's not a whole lot of road noise. In fact, it's actually pretty quiet, really, truthfully. As a Mirage, it is a little bit bumpy, but hey, that's okay. It's a Roadster. They're meant to be a little bit bumpy. Just a little bit bumpy. A little bit rock and roll. It rides pretty decent for a little Roadster. It absorbs the bumps rather well. And the acceleration is just punchy. Nice and punchy. It takes the curves beautifully. Nice and beautiful, just like that. If you're any more than 6 feet tall, you're going to have some problems getting in here and driving it. I'm around 5'6", something like that, and it's perfect for me. But if you're a taller man, you ain't gonna like it. Alright. Let's go for a full acceleration. She pulls nicely. And she also likes it, or she hates it whenever you get outside your lane. So let me slap it into manual mode here. Right now I'm in 6th gear. But let's say if I wanted to pick up a little speed, shift down. There she goes. 5, 6. Fun little car. Put it back in drive. Okay, now we're going to put the top down and see just how much noise this actually creates. Here we go. And done. Gonna put the windows down. I'm a little bit sweaty because I've been, well, working on this video. So I kind of want some air going. So here we go. Let's see what happens. Oh, that went slow. Left or right? Your left. I guess it is right. I don't know. Right, left, right, left. Here we go. Okay, so I'm hearing a lot of noise. I don't know if you are or not. I assume you are. This is with the windows down. If I put the windows up, still a little bit noisy, but not as bad because the wind's not gushing through here. So while I have the car running, I wanted to show you this here. This is your screen for all your infotainment. You got your communication. Actually, let's start all the way to the left and go right. You have your applications. And to cycle through this, you use this here. This is a touchscreen, but it is very, very resistive. So the best thing to do is use this here. As you can see here, you have some buttons. You have your music, your home button, navigation, back, and star, save, favorite. And this here is your volume. To push, you can push it to mute it. So we're going to go through this here. I am in applications right now. You have your Sirius XM travel link, your fuel economy monitor, vehicle status, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto. The fuel economy, I would go into this, but I didn't get Sirius XM radio. Haha, very funny. I'm glad that did that when it did. I would get into Sirius XM radio, but I didn't get the service. That was like, what was it, $5 a day or something like that. I didn't want to pay for that since I got an MP3 player. Fuel economy monitor. Here's what that looks like. Very, very nice. You have your this drive and economy history. Very, very cool. Push back. Vehicle status. Warning guidance. No warnings found. That's a good deal. You have a maintenance deal here. You can schedule it on or off. We have it off. Your Apple CarPlay, if you press it, you got to add a new device, yada, yada, yada. And Android Auto whenever you plug in an Android. Your entertainment. This has everything that you want. Right here, you push that, go into that. You have your FM, your AM, your Sirius, your AHA, your Pandora, Stitcher, Bluetooth. Mine's the Galaxy A52, Apple CarPlay, and USB. Here's a root menu of the device that you have. You can go into the root menu, which is pretty neat. You have your repeat, your shuffle, previous, play, pause, next, and your sound settings. The sound settings, you have your bass, your treble, your fade, your balance, stuff like that. Push left or right on the knob, like this. You can go in your clock, your sound, your safety, stuff like that. Here's your display. You can turn the display off if you so choose. I have it on auto. You can turn it off and show the clock, but for the brightness, I have it on automatic.
For your safety, you have your Smart City brake support, which tells you about, your warning distance, your warning volume, whenever you're coming up on a car. Your blind spot monitoring system. This has little itty bitty blind spots in your mirrors, and it will show. You're going to go volume of high, low, or off. Lane departure warning system. That's what that was. You can also do a beep if you so choose. I use the rumble because I like the rumble. Traffic sign recognition system. This is a really cool system. You got your traffic sign display. I came through a school zone, so it shows 20. That's pretty dang neat, let me tell you. You have there we go. You have a speed limit alert. You can turn that on, visual, audio, and visual. You have an alert threshold. Now, you can be I believe, within 5 miles an hour of the speed limit and it'll alert you, or 10 miles an hour within the speed limit and it will alert you. That is probably most likely above the speed limit, now I think about it. No, I don't. Go back. And then back to your sound. Hit your home button. Here's your navigation screen. This is your navigation. This shows a map of the area right here. Pretty neat little deal. You can put pins in it. You can hide your buttons. Navigation info. Like, where am I? There's your lat, your lawn, and your altitude. Navigation info, let's see, points of interest nearby, which you can filter by name, which is pretty neat. You have a 2D or 3D display. 3D does not do much. Now that's your 3D right there. I'm sorry. This is, you push it again, you go to 2D. I kind of like 3D. Navigation settings. Map settings. 2D north, automatic zoom, viewpoint, low, medium, or high, highway overview, all models. You can put model buildings in there if you want to. Place markers. You can place a marker if you wanted to, like an airport, automotive, business, cafe, bar, whatever. Guidance settings. It'll give you guidance, It'll tell you where to go.
Navigation will be at this volume.
Just like that, like it scared me. Show signposts, so junction, venue, tunnel. Warning settings, visual. It could audio and visual. I'll probably do that. Let's just do that on both. Warning signs, it'll show you warning signs. Route settings, you can set a route like allow freeway, change roads, per use toll roads, allow ferries, carpools, border crossings, unpaved roads, neat stuff like that. Let's see, go back to home. There's your navigation. This is your communication, make phone calls, text, stuff like that. It'll read text. Your settings. I already went through that. So, yeah, that's pretty much your navigation and your infotainment system.
So what are my final thoughts on this old car? Well, you know what? She's pretty dang fun, let me tell you. Wow. Who knew that so much fun could be in such a little package? With that 181 horsepower Skyactiv G, Mazda, they did quite a nice little thing on here. And it's a cult classic for a reason. From 1989 all the way up to 2024, this being the 23 model. Mazda, you're all right. You're all right. So, this has been Leapin' Leppin'. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And if you do subscribe, make sure to ring that bell to get notifications whenever I upload a new video. Next vehicle, you're going to like it too. Especially if you're a truck person. This is Leapin' Leppin'. I'll see y'all in the next video.